ways to drive profit, right? Either pay less so that you've got a higher margin, or spend less so that you've got higher profit. Okay? So we decided to attack it from both sides. Now that did mean that we had to close some of the businesses. Okay? And we brought our businesses back into profitability. This is maybe around 2 years ago. And at that point we had this big head office because, you know, like a new business, we have all that energy with a startup, but unlike a new business, we had this huge elephant around our neck, which is group costs. So I don't enjoy any of the economies of scale of being part of that group because this group is geared towards automotive, not so much retail, right? So instead of it being a benefit being part of a big group, it actually hurt us, right? Because we have to pay a significant portion of a huge IT bill, a huge HR bill, sorry, in HR, a huge finance cost, sorry Andrew, okay? Whereas a young startup would not have these huge group costs at the early stages, okay? So we had to renegotiate that with the business. So far, unsuccessfully, okay? We still pay our group costs, you'll be happy to know. But what has happened is we've streamlined all other costs, okay? Now that's given us a business where, yes, we're now break even, but how do we move beyond break even? What's the story of our business right now? Well, the story of our business right now is we closed the unsuccessful businesses that we carried. But that also meant these board members who were involved in recruiting these businesses now have businesses that they don't really love. The whole point was they went after businesses that they loved and that could showcase the brands to the world. And basically, even though the business wasn't built on automotive, they could show what AWR Group is all about by having brands that represented them, okay? So what was the solution in terms of finding businesses that the brands and the board members loved, but also having them sustainable and profitable for the rest of, you know, the future moving forward? So we had to speak to the board members and find out what was their truth, what did they think was wrong with the brands that we carried, and we found all sorts of revelations out. Now, if I want to make the story a little bit shorter, I can tell you I went direct to Mr. Khaled and I said, what's your favourite brand? And I saw that he was wearing a shoe brand called Aurelien. Okay, let me go to Europe, get on a plane, get on a train, get on a bus to a little factory in the outskirts of Holland and Utrecht and secure this brand. Sign up this brand who literally had no stores across Europe, they had one website. But Mr. Khaled managed to find those shoes through their website. So if he is a customer, surely there'll be other customers here in the Middle East. So we signed that brand up. So now we have a brand within the business that the chairman loves and is also a profitable business model. Now, Andrew, being a very smart guy that he is, he said, okay, now I suggest you go to Dr. Amina and find a brand that she loves, which we did. Her favourite brand is Acris. I flew to St. Gallen in Switzerland, signed that brand. They're coming on board with us next year. And we have now got in Lifestyle our first ever investment that takes us into profitability and a 50% revenue growth for next year. So I'm sure you'll join me and say, good job, John, good job, Andrew, good job, Jazia.
Really good.
Actually, it's true, guys.